Hello everyone, I'm your very own author Archana Ramakrishna. So I suppose all of you know that I'm working on my web novel RAKSHASI on Wattpad, and currently I've finished 9 chapters and I'm working on my 10th one. So I thought before I post that chapter, before I update, I thought I should make this important video because this chapter is going to be a little sensitive. And before I begin, I want to give a disclaimer. I'm a Kattar Hindu. I'm a God loving person. So, in no way, in my right conscience, I would not degrade Rama, Sita, or any of the scenes from Ramayana. So the scenes from Ramayana which are being ridiculed in this particular chapter are purely Kalika's point of view, my female lead, and she's a headless girl. So don't take her to heart. And the scene is the I'll explain the scene is where Kalika she comes for the drama rehearsals, and here she is ridiculing Mata Sita, saying that she was a fool to follow her husband wherever he went, later to be mercilessly abandoned by him when he got his kingdom back. So you guys might have seen many posts on social media wherein people are comparing Rama and Ravana. Like on the day of Raksha Bandhan, I was totally offended when I read one of the posts where they say that be a brother like Ravana who, for the self-respect of his sister Shurpanakha, kidnapped Sita and thus he led it to Ramayana war. But isn't that ridiculous? Do you guys even know the story behind Ramayana? Do you even know how Ravana treated Shurpanakha's husband? No, you don't know anything. See, without knowing the mythology, when you make such comments, it is foolish. People will not take you seriously if you make such lewd remarks. So, what is the story of Shurpanakha, and what is the story of Rama and Sita? I'll explain it to you guys now. So what happened was, let me begin with Shurpanakha's story. So Shurpanakha secretly marries a Danava called as Vidyujit. He is a prince. But the issue here is the Asuras and Danavas are always in a conflict. So what Ravana does is he kills Vidyujit, that is his own sister's husband, and he thus turns Shurpanakha into a widow. So where is the question of his brotherhood? Where is the question of safeguarding her self-respect when he himself has widowed her? And he was about to kill Shurpanakha also, but because of Mandodari and Vibhishana, they somehow managed to save Shurpanakha. So now Shurpanakha is totally depressed. So, to console her, Mandodari insists on looking for a suitable man. There, Shurpanakha wanders into the forest of Panchavati, where at that time Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana were staying in the forest. So that's when Shurpanakha it takes a glance at Lord Rama and finds him really handsome and feels attracted towards him. And she approaches him with her marriage proposal. When Rama politely declines her marriage proposal, she approaches Lakshmana for the same. But then Lakshmana also kind of mocks her, saying that when my brother has only rejected you, I stand second to him. So how can I accept you as a wife? So she feels offended. She tries to go and kill Sita. That's when Lakshmana is furiated and he chops off her nose. And now she is entirely offended, insulted, and she goes to her brother with the complaint, and the entire whatever happened she narrates to her brother. So that's when Ravana goes and kidnaps Sita and rest of the war, whatever Ramayana war that happened, you know it. So now here there are many people who are like, hero worshipping Ravana, saying that he never dared to violate Sita. He did not touch her against her will. But do you guys know the backstory of that? Why he did not violate her? Actually, Ravana was known to have raped and violated many women before he kidnapped Sita. But why did he spare Sita? There is a reason. There was an Apsara called as Rambha, whom he rapes, and her husband Nalakubera, he curses Ravana, saying that if ever he dares to violate or touch another woman against her will, his head would be burst into hundreds of pieces. So, out of fear for his dear life, Ravana does not touch Sita. So there is no question of acting a gentleman here. He did it because he did not want to die. That's it. So have I cleared the Shurpanakha's doubt being an ideal brother, or have I cleared he being a gentleman to Sita? Okay, now coming to the third point, where people always ridicule Rama because Sita was a dutiful wife who followed him for his exile of 14 years. She spent all 14 years with him in the jungles and wandering around the place. But after the war of Ramayana, when they returned to Ayodhya, when people started doubting her purity, why did again Rama abandon her and sent her away for the exile? So I will tell you, there is a backstory. Uh, do you know the story of Tulasi and Shankachuda? So this so happens that in the heaven, when Lakshmi, Saraswati and all the goddesses are having a nice talk, they end up having an argument and they provoke each other. So that's when Saraswati curses Lakshmi that she would be born on earth and would be wed to an asura. So now when Lakshmi has to agree to the curse, Vishnu consoles her, saying that he would take the form of asura and marry her even in that form. So Vishnu takes birth as Shankachuda and Lakshmi takes birth as Tulsi. So there's a lot of backstory. I will not go into the detail like who cursed whom, how Ganga came, how Saraswati went and all. It's a long story. So now Tulasi is a PS wife. She's a PS woman and she out because of her power of her penance, her husband gets his protection and powers also. He derives protection and power from her. So I will not dwell into the technical terms because I am also not well versed with it, but I'll explain you the superficial part. So now what happens? Vishnu has to stop Shankachuda from conquering the earth and heaven. So what he does, he disguises himself as Shankachuda and spends a night with Tulsi. When Tulsi realizes that this is not her husband Shankachuda, but this is Lord Vishnu, she feels violated. That's when she curses Vishnu that even your wife someday would be forced to separate from you on the basis of the same charges. In spite of being pure, she would also be forced to be separated from you. So this is the story. To respect Tulsi's curse, Sita, she leaves for the exile in this lifetime. I hope I have made the story clear. I hope I did not confuse you guys. So this is the entire crux of the story, which Kalika in my story does not know. So she is unaware of these details.